One, we are live now.
Welcome back to Vyapaar Jagat TV, and here we again have Tejashri Shah with us to discuss two dimensions of empowerment. We all talk about women empowerment, नारी, स्त्री सशक्तिकरण, हम सब बातें करते हैं, लेकिन वो क्या है? क्या हमको सशक्त करती है? What empowers you? What are its dimensions? So तेजश्री शाह हमें ये बताएंगे कि हमें किस बात पे गौर करना चाहिए, हमारा सशक्तिकरण क्या है. And before we give the charge to Tejashri Shah, let me introduce her. Tejashri is at iCreate in the capacity of lead stakeholder engagement. She is also part of core team for Startup 20, a work engagement group under India's presidency of G20. She is the co-founder in Startup in the health and wellness domain. She dons multiple hats of an entrepreneur, a coach, and a mentor with various organizations of great reputed, and is a spoken language examiner with University of Cambridge. She's got multiple feathers in her hat, and Tejashri, I would run short of my words to introduce you. Please take the charge for our two dimensions of empowerment subject topic line. And those who have questions, please do keep commenting so that we may read and make it reach to her, and then we'll answer you back on the comment section. So keep watching Vyapaar Jagat TV for more interesting awareness and education about empowerment, about entrepreneurship. Over to you, Tejashri. Welcome.
Thank you, Jalpan. Thank you so much for that introduction. And namaste, everyone. I am happy to be a part of this wonderful event that aims to inspire and empower women. Jalpan has introduced me enough, and I don't think I would want to add anything more to that. But just this topic that I'm going to talk about today, two dimensions of empowerment, the idea just struck to me because I've been working with a lot of women and women entrepreneurs, right from their idea stage, taking them to market and them working, and a lot of women entrepreneurs who've been coming from tier 2 and tier 3 cities also. And when I started interacting with them, a lot of things came to my mind. And one of them was that empowerment of women is such an important thing in today's world. So the word empower has many synonyms. Some of them are allow, grant, permit, entrust, unshackle, and set free. These words, in my mind, they provoke many questions. Who allows? Who grants? Who entrusts? And least of all, who sets who free? This indeed is a point that will bring forth many points of view and a long discussion. So today we don't have that much time for a long discussion, but I'm just going to be touching on a lot of points here. So then what does being empowered actually mean? Let me just put forth some ways that empowerment is put across. Empowerment can simply be described as a sense of control over one's life in personality, perception, and motivation. To empower someone means to give them the means to achieve something. For example, to become stronger or more successful. Empowerment also signifies the process of becoming resilient and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. Empowerment focuses on the development of how one feels personally in regard to an increase in power and control on a micro level. So if you've heard all these sentences that I've just said, it clearly shows that empowerment means different things for different people. In my opinion, empowerment expresses itself at the level of feelings, at the level of ideas about self-worth, and at the level of being able to make a difference in the world around us. The way coffee charges one up, empowerment lights the path to a more holistically developed human. But just like A perfect cup of coffee, the caffeine, it requires carbon and hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen, big words I know, to come together as one perfect molecule that gives us that, taste and the charged upness. Empowerment also requires its own complete set of elements. Broadly, we can say autonomy, competence, community, and fulfillment. A combination of these four go on to build an empowered person. So then, if you have all these four, can you say you're empowered now? Go ahead in life. No, it doesn't work that way at all. Empowerment is a continuous process that doesn't have an end. In my opinion, empowerment is a constant process that is two-dimensional and encompasses all the four components that I just mentioned. That is autonomy, competence, community, and fulfillment. The desire for a positive change exists in each individual. However, one must possess the ability to become open-minded enough to see things from a different perspective. I hope there's an agreement on this from all of you. Now let's assess empowerment from a woman's view. Woman empowerment can mean that women begin to recognize who they are and obtain control over their lives with the ability to make decisions for themselves. For women, empowerment has become a consistent goal of development for most of the women. Empowerment can be symbolized by a coin or for water that matter. Just like a coin has two sides, empowerment has two dimensions. And these two dimensions are internal traits and external factors. Just the way a molecule of water needs two different elements, hydrogen and oxygen, to come together and form a bond, empowerment also needs these two dimensions to be fully achieved. So, empowerment is the ability of an individual to develop power within self that has the power to influence and bring about change. Big sentence, I know, but the power within refers to internal traits and the power to refers to external factors. Now, power within refers to assets or traits such as self awareness, self esteem, self motivation, self confidence, and self acceptance, in a sense that all the power starts from here. Self awareness is the foundation for building confidence. And an empowered woman knows exactly who she is. She knows her strengths, what's good, what she's good at, what she loves doing, her core values and life beliefs, and how to use all these things to make a difference in the world. She's authentic and knows how to show up as her best self every single day. Now, self esteem, self motivation, and self confidence are closely linked to each other. Now, we might ask self motivation. What is it? Self motivation is the internal drive that leads us to take action towards a goal. It keeps us moving forward even when we don't want to. Yes, there are days like that, right? Where we don't really want to do. We don't want to do anything at all. But it is that motivation, that inner feeling that pushes you, that eggs you further to do something. So rather than depending on others to give you a reason for something, for doing something, your sense of motivation comes from within. Your drive comes from your interests, your values, and your passions, not from someone else's checklist. An empowered woman who is self motivated also has enough self awareness to know what works for her and what doesn't. So, self motivation is the secret weapon to achieving her goals. It impacts both her professional and personal life. Self confidence is the next point I'm going to talk about. And self confidence comes from taking action. An empowered woman understands this firsthand. She feels the fear and does things the hard way. She applies for jobs that seem just out of reach. She goes back to school. She gets a degree in a different field. She does this just so that she can prove herself. She asks for a raise or a promotion that's long overdue. She stands up for what she believes in. And she knows that all the while, when she's doing all these things, she's building up her own confidence. The confidence that comes from a sense of achievement. Achieved what? A raise, a higher promotion, a new degree in education, anything at all, anything that builds confidence is an achievement. This confidence is contagious and will pave the way for future generation of women to take action, build confidence and change the world. A confident woman spreads confidence around her. Self acceptance is of great importance to everyone. A woman generally tends to be highly critical of herself. So, most of the critics that you'll see around us are women. Men are not that critical. Women are generally way more critical. But an empowered woman knows that in order to love someone else, she must first love herself, all of herself, even her perceived flaws. That's a quality that needs to be let go of. She must be gentle with herself when she makes a mistake, forgets something, or loses her car keys again. She keeps negative self talk at bay because she knows it doesn't serve her purpose. A few other crucial internal traits for empowerment are purpose, ownership, resilience, and knowledge. A sense of purpose brings meaning and fulfillment to one's life and also helps in enriching the lives of others around us. In the panel that just happened before this talk of mine, all the wonderful ladies kept on talking about all these things that I've just told you. And they all are empowered women. And see how it fits into their life in different ways. Now let's come back to ownership. What is ownership? Ownership comes from self awareness and self confidence. An empowered woman knows her strengths, what she's good at, what she loves doing, her core values and life beliefs, and how to use all of these things to make a difference in the world. Resilience is the ability to bounce back in the face of challenges, losses, and adversity. The resilient woman harnesses inner strengths and rebounds quickly from setbacks such as transitions, illness, trauma, or the death of a loved one, and even having the ability to face challenges for change and broadening her own horizons. Resilience is also the ability to self soothe during these difficult times. Resilient women have great self esteem. They never let their confidence falter. They know that it's important to love yourself for who you are, and they don't let society to change them. Knowledge is a crucial trait. An empowered woman knows that learning doesn't stop in the classroom. Even if she doesn't have access to traditional learning environments, she takes learning into her own hands. She finds ways to grow and develop each day, whether that's learning from mistakes and failures, cultivating a gratitude practice, reading personal development books, or teaching herself a new skill. She knows her best asset is her own mind, and she will seize opportunities to show it off. The power within can be unleashed only when a woman works on it herself. All these internal traits that I talked about unleash the power within, and they need to be developed and sharpened by the individual herself. Now, let's come to the power two, that is, the external factors, which are in turn the fuel that light up the fire. A few significant external factors that aid empowerment are culture, education, economic independence. But like I said earlier, the two dimensions go hand in hand and work towards empowerment. Now, let's take baby steps to understand how. Give me one moment. It all starts with social empowerment, where culture is one perspective that sets the dynamics for different ways of thinking. The influencing factor that affect empowerment include behaviors, beliefs, attitudes, and values. Cultural rights are empowering because they provide individuals with control over the course of their lives and in turn facilitating the enjoyment of other rights. Women get empowered when they challenge established norms and culture of the society they live in. Let me share an example. Let's consider typical rural or semi urban India. Such a situation is very, very common, and I'm sure a lot of you would have heard this and have witnessed this. She's a girl. Why are you investing so much in her? She will be married off and go to another family. Yes, these words are spoken in many places in India even today. Here, when the parent steps in and says, my girl child will be educated, there happens a shift in belief and sets the stage. It's the first step for empowerment. Now let's look further and call the girl child Pooja. Pooja goes to school. She becomes literate. Education is the most vibrant factor of advancement and growth. It is the only significant tool for anticipating women empowerment in India and human resource development. So, with Pooja getting access to education, literacy is the first issue resolved. A literate girl child translates into an educated next generation. So, education and training enable women to have opportunities for self development and building confidence. With education, one stands to broaden one's horizons, growing significantly on intellectual level as well as emotional level. Education is a cornerstone of women empowerment because it enables them to gain knowledge, respond to challenges, and thus gain self confidence. It also helps create awareness of not just self, but to confront the traditional gender based roles and work towards gender equality. Education also creates an awareness and it motivates one to reach out to achieve their goals. Anyway, coming back to Pooja. Now that she has got access to education, she can learn specific skills which can increase her ability to feel more competent and increasing the boundaries of what is achievable for her. This will enable her to recognize her strengths and build on those with the help of other trusted people in her life. Traditions that are interfering with and restricting her personal development will be questioned by her. It just takes a spark to ignite the fire. Just because Pooja was invested in, her life will never be the same. Instead of being married off before her 18th birthday, she has the opportunity to create her own future, a future of a resilient, balanced, aware, determined, motivated, and an independent woman. Just sharing a fact here. Do you know 75 crore women and girls alive today were married before the age of 18? Wow, what a big number. Anyway, armed with education, Pooja is now ready to take the next step towards empowerment. Economical empowerment. Economic independence plays a pivotal role, and most of the women here who are watching me will agree to this. A woman is said to be economically empowered when she is growing economically. Mind you, I'm saying economically and not financially. Growing economically can, you know, then she can make financial decisions and act on them independently. A financially independent woman has access to funds, ability to control them and the finances, and has the freedom to take decisions about allocation and usage of finances. She's not answerable to someone to use her own finances. She can use them where she pleases, invest them, do whatever she deems fit with it. So, financial independence is one of the most popular facets of women empowerment. Being financially independent boosts her morale, enhancing her confidence. A woman can choose any profession, though a lot more needs to be done and worked upon in the domain of equal opportunities and equal play, not forgetting equal treatment. Many women have expressed concern that they need to have a level playing ground. They have begun to challenge the gender stereotypes and are attempting to break through the glass ceiling. Several strategies have focused on empowering women, which include women empowering women, providing opportunities for women to network with other women, helping women realize their skill sets, and developing strategies that will lead to a positive change. As more women participate in this area to create the change, the more empowerment is established for the female population. The vision for women and their development to be empowered as leaders shows the need to feel supported personally as well as through society. Here I remember a famous quote: behind every successful woman, behind every successful woman, no, there is not a man. Behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. Sorry, I might not always agree to everything that everyone says, but yes, a successful woman proves that she can be a role model and she inspires others to set their goals and continue to reach them. Mother Teresa for humanitarian efforts, Kiran Mazmudar Shaw as a woman business owner, Mary Kom as a sports person, Kalpana Chawla as the astronaut, Ela Bhatt of Seva for empowering other women. You name the field, and there are women who are inspirations and role models. And a lot of you here today and through this whole event of Fempreneur are women who are inspiring in their own way and role models to others for empowerment. So there is no doubt that women in India have achieved significant progress in previous 70 years. As our society continues to evolve, it's beautiful to see women taking more ownership of their power. Recognizing their strengths and building on those can be very empowering. More women are confidently stepping into any dream or goal that they have for themselves. They're expressing themselves in ways that feels right to them, not based on what society deems as right for them. This they do as women, as individuals. Women's empowerment can only be brought about when women are made aware of their rights. Philanthropic organizations have worked a lot in the field of women empowerment. Many successful women are also stepping up and reaching out to form communities to empower other women. The government is trying to empower women through various schemes, incentives, whether it's in the field of education and health and wellness, entrepreneurship and finance. So, women entrepreneurs are also being empowered in many other ways, whether through numerous government schemes, women led communities, and platforms like iWin 365, which is a global platform for supporting women entrepreneurs, which is led by iCreate. It is India's one of the largest technology business incubator. So women are definitely unstoppable, but only after they have realized their own potential. They are used to juggling multiple responsibilities, like they discussed in the last panel. Women are multitaskers. They juggle responsibilities. One of my friends, they just said, that when I come back home, I remove my blazer and get into home clothes and get into the kitchen and look after my family. So a good support system is what they need. especially from immediate family. What I feel is if women raise their sons the way they raise their daughters, all women will be empowered to rise to their potential. Women need to also believe in themselves, be resilient, and learn the art of articulating well. They need to be really good communicators, which they are by birth. They just need to hone the skills. It definitely takes one long way. Take each failure as a stepping stone and learn from the mistakes made and rise above it all. A woman's voice is her most powerful tool. Women can make an even stronger impact in their environment when they stand up for their rights and express themselves. There are a few guidelines that I'll just, you know, tell you very quickly, which you can carry out on your own for your own empowerment and become an empowered woman. Know yourself, be yourself, work on your self confidence, educate yourself. Learning never stops in life. That's a mantra I believe in. I keep on picking up new things to learn about every year, every second year. So please, please, please don't let education ever stop in life. Set short term goals, long term goals. Get out of your comfort zone. Do things that you would never do otherwise, but get out of your comfort zone and build a network, a community that is your strength. So everything is interconnected. The internal traits, when a developed, empowered woman, and they develop a woman to take advantage and of the external factors. And in turn, the external factors promote the enhancement of these internal traits. So this is an infinite loop to holistic empowerment. And if you're a woman tuning in this to now, this is your time to be as strong and confident in yourself as you want to be. It is your choice to be aware of your power and how you can inspire other women to do the same as well. Live as the woman you strive to be and continue to push the way forward. Do all that you can to empower women around you. So one day, little girls can grow up and do even more than what you ever imagined they could do. Women are magical creatures who have maintained balance in life since time unknown, and they have all the power in the world should they choose to harness it. So go on, create, nurture, and transform.
Thank you, Tejashri. It was wonderful hearing you. And most of the females, it's very hard for them to come out of the comfort zone. So that is, I basically think, it's the first step, which everybody feels is quite hard. But once you take the
Exactly.
first step, you are out of your comfort zone. You can do wonders. So
Definitely.
it was wonderful having you here. And those who are watching us, please learn those skills, because the speakers, they spend a lot of they spare a lot of time behind you, working out with such topics, coming up with such amazing lessons for you, that तुम अपने आप ले लोगे. And having Tejashri here is an honor for us. My heartful gratitudes to you for being here. And those women who have not yet nominated themselves for Fempreneur 2023, the link is mentioned below. Please go and nominate yourself, get a recognition for yourself, for the business, and let the world know that your Vyapar is your pechan at Vyapar Jagat Awards and Convention, because Fempreneur is been organized by 1 million entrepreneurs international forum. It is powered by Vyapaar Jagat, and please do go and nominate yourself. Anybody having any questions in the audience who's watching us, please do mention that in the comment box below. We'll come back with an answer to the relevant speaker, by the relevant speaker. So that is for today. Thank you, Tejashri. My heartful gratitude once again to you on behalf of Vyapaar Jagat. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to acknowledge, Vyapar Jagat and Fempreneur for all the efforts that they've made to put this event together. And I
Yeah.
would also like to express gratitude to you all who are here today. And my heartfelt thank you to my support system, my family, my mentors, my advisors at I Create, and my friends. So, without your undying faith and support in me, I would not have been here an empowered woman. And thank you